Let me get this straight. The first step is to be confident. But before I explain to you, let me ask a question first. Have you ever feel nervous in your class? Are you not feeling regularly well during the course of the class? Or maybe you are not confident to answer the questions in your exam. Maybe you have a confidence problem. First of all, students need to be confident. By doing so, we can assure ourselves just how easy it is to study this subject or that subject. Okay? And confidence also builds resilience. By building a resiliency against anything, you can tackle any other learning challenges. So that's the key of confidence. Let's move on to the next step. The second step is having a regular routine. So, if you are feeling unorganized or if you are feeling not doing the assignments before the deadline, just make sure that you have a regular routine. For example, you know, you will study at 8 p.m. You will do that every day, right? Or for example, I will be waking up at 5 a.m. Of course, you must do that every day. By repeating those things, we can build a good routine. We can build a good habit. So, make sure that you have your own schedule and try to be comfortable with it. Maybe you will study at 7 a.m. Maybe you will be at school at 8 a.m. or depending on your classes. By doing that, we can assure you that you cannot miss the deadline or you can reorganize your schedule. Okay, so that's the key of having a good routine. The third step of being a good student is to be healthy. And we know that health is important in our daily lives. If we are sick, then we cannot attend the class. But if you are sick repeatedly, then you will be missing the classes again, and again. So, you must sleep well and eat according to your meals. Don't forget to have breakfast, and also if you are tired and you want to refresh your mind, just do some exercises like swimming, jogging, and footballing or something like that. It will help your mind to release your tiredness and you will be feeling refreshed by the end of that exercises. Okay? So, be healthy. The fourth step is asking questions. Students feel ashamed. Yeah, they are often feel ashamed because they didn't understand the materials that was given to them by their teachers. But if they want to clear any misunderstanding, they should ask questions. Not just asking questions to the teachers, but also your peers too. Ask questions to them. Maybe doing a project work Maybe you will be doing the homework with them every day. Let's discuss with them. Ask them your questions, and hopefully you will be able to clear any misunderstandings of a particular subject. Just make sure that you don't feel ashamed by doing that. Okay? Do it in a polite way, of course. And then that's the miracle of asking questions. You will clear any misunderstandings of a particular subject. And the next step is understanding your own learning styles. Maybe some of the people here are already, already knew what kind of learning styles they prefer. But let me get this straight. Let me repeat that, okay? Learning styles may be important to your study behavior. So, for example, people people might prefer a YouTube video for their learning resources. Others may prefer books, and the others prefer to listen to other people explaining the materials. Of course, all of them depends on you. Okay? Find your own learning styles and try to incorporate them in your subjects. It will do wonders to your study because you will know or you will understand the material better. Okay? Just find your own learning styles. Okay, the last and the final step of being a good student is to memorize. Students need to memorize their subjects. Of course, you don't have to remember all, but only the important points of the subjects. So let me put it into practice. If you are studying phonetics, then you should memorize the phonetics alphabets. But if you are studying maths, then you should memorize the math formulas. Yeah. Or maybe you can, you know, write the subjects in your own notebooks. So if you forgot, then you can remember it all over again by opening your notebooks. And there are several ways of memorizing a subject. You can memorize it by yourself with your brain, okay? And you can also make handwritings, mind maps, drawings, etc., etc. It will help you immensely in terms of memorizing your materials, yeah? And of course, mind map is much more interactive than a writing. So be creative with the memorization and try to be comfortable with it. So that is all the tips for the today. I hope it will be helpful for you to apply those steps in your studying, okay? In your studying behavior, in your school life or whatever. And thank you. Before I end this presentation, just to make it clear that I made this presentation and the infographics based on an audio. Okay, so I will offer you some tips of listening to an audio. Okay, okay. The first tips for listening an audio is to find the topics. Okay, The first step is to find the topics of the audio. Find what is the audio talking about. And the second step, try to gather data from the audio. So, for example, if the audio talks about halt, then you should, compile the data. Maybe the topic is about, healthy fruit. Then you can list some healthy fruit such as orange, lychee, grapes, and of course, it must be based on the audio. And the fourth step is try to retell it in your own language. Yeah. After you understood the topics and you gather all the data, just try to, retell it with your own language. Okay. So that is the tips of for listening an audio. I hope that helps. And thank you for listening to this whole presentation. I am Ibrahimovic, your speaker. And thank you for anything. Have a wonderful day.